The mysteries of love, romance, and how relationships work in general has been studied by psychologists for years. There have been countless studies, surveys, and theories all dedicated to enlightening us on the matter. In spite of their best efforts, it seems that we're still generally somewhat clueless when it comes to matters of the heart. In fact, there has been a startling rise in separation and divorce rates over the past decade. This has us shaking our heads and wondering, why are modern relationships so fragile? Let's try to find some answers. Here are 7 key reasons why most relationships nowadays fall apart so easily. 1. You're not ready yet. All too often, our relationships dissolve because you're simply not ready to be in one yet. Maybe your needs at the time are to keep things casual and fun, not in a state of serious commitment. A strong, healthy relationship is all about positive compromise, dedication, patience, and sacrifice. Modern relationships seem to have a lost sight of that. The unrealistic standards set by mainstream entertainment and social media train us to think that a perfect relationship should be one where we're always happy, with zero conflict, and we're perfectly matched for our partners. We need to understand that this is like believing in heavily filtered Instagram photos. It's not the real or full picture. Once we can accept that, we can move forward towards being ready. 2. You're too busy to settle down. Modern society values success, hard work, and accomplishment. So people nowadays have become more competitive and ambitious than ever. It feels good to be the best in class, at work, being the most popular. To be the best, there's a drive to get into prestigious universities or be promoted to the top of the corporate ladder. With so many other priorities in your life, romantic relationships may simply not match in importance. 3. You're confusing any need for interaction with the need for romantic love. What is love really? Can you define it? Can you solidly list out things that will tell you 100% yes, this is love, not something else? If you're not totally sure, or you found yourself asking, how do I know this is love? You're not alone, and this confusion is another reason why modern relationships have become so fragile. Maybe what you feel you need isn't actually love. Perhaps you're interpreting your need for excitement or companionship for romantic love. Truth is, love isn't always going to be intense, passionate, or exhilarating. It's also about mutual trust, respect, and partnership. 4. You want something now, not tomorrow. Ever heard something like, good things come to those who wait? Or even the song, You Can't Hurry Love? There's a ring of truth there. A mature, healthy, strong relationship requires time to blossom and room to grow. The problem is we live in an age of instant gratification and same-day shipping. We're not used to or practiced in patience. Many of us can relate to the guilty trait of wanting something but not wanting to put the time into it. We do the same with relationships. We rush in, then rush out when we think we see something better, shinier, and more immediate. We're suddenly treating relationships like a toy instead of a treasure. 5. You find the effort to be too much. Speaking of immediate gratification and new toys, ever tried reading a new book or starting a new hobby and thought, why is this so difficult? Don't fret. You're normal and fine. Thank our modern conveniences for the frustration. It can be difficult to remember that a solid, lasting relationship isn't instant ramen. It's a gourmet dish requiring time and care. Hitting that first relationship bump now results in scrapping it and saying, thank you, next, rather than working with and building something with the current partner. The result of this expectation of easy makes for ingratitude to what we already have. We cheapen love and become dismissive of the good that is in front of us. These expectations set us up for a string of disappointments. 6. You're too guarded. Do you let your head rule your heart most of the time? Do you talk yourself out of the things that you want and let fears keep you from being happy? When people build too many walls around themselves, it can be hard to reach them. Being 100% clinically logical with matters of the heart may result in never truly falling in love. Because sometimes love is illogical and unexplainable. Sometimes love means taking a leap of faith and opening yourself up to someone wholeheartedly. You need to put aspects like time, distance, compatibility, or practicality on the back burner for a bit, and allow yourself the freedom to be with whomever you want, no matter the first impression problems or complications. And 7, you're too dependent on technology. Last but surely not least, being too dependent on technology might be one of the key reasons why most modern relationships don't last. Are you wondering if you rely on technology too much? Let's try a little experiment. Ask yourself how you'd feel for a full day without your phone. Seriously, from the moment you open your eyes, imagine your day step by step without your phone. Do you feel a little uneasy or that something is not right? While technology may have brought us all closer together, it's also keeping us apart. With the World Wide Web at your fingertips, you can be so caught up in your virtual life that you forget to live your real one. Texts, chats, and voice calls have replaced physical quality time with the ones we love. And when your whole life is already chronicled in an Instagram story or a Twitter thread, it can leave us with very little to talk about. As you can see, there are a number of reasons why modern-day relationships may be struggling to survive and thrive. And these are just a few of the most likely ones. We forget all too often to make time for love in our lives. Relationships are now treated as nothing more than a casual convenience. Societal influences have molded us to want immediate gratification with as many different options as possible. The truth is, love never comes easy, and no great relationship happens overnight. Manage your expectations, discuss and work with your partner, spend more time on what's truly important to you, and be grateful for all the people in your life who love you. Did this touch a note with you? Do you see yourself or others around you in any of these situations? If so, please share this video with someone who might benefit from it. Please like, share, and subscribe. As the great Lao Tzu once said, being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Saying goodbye to someone you love is never easy, but sometimes it's the right thing to do. If you stay together, even when things just aren't working out anymore, you'll only end up making yourself more miserable and may even grow to resent one another. You'll end up in an unhappy, unfulfilling relationship with someone who just isn't right for you. It's hard to admit, but are you having a hard time figuring out whether you should end things with this person or give it another go? Here are 8 telltale signs that it's time to break up with them. 1. They've betrayed your trust. Has your partner broken your trust, whether it's by cheating on you, lying to you, or keeping secrets from you? If they have, it can put your relationship on thin ice. Are they putting effort into earning back your trust with their actions and promises not to betray you like that ever again? Are you able to forgive them for what they've done? If you feel like your partner has hurt you too much for you to ever trust them again, perhaps breaking up with them and starting over with someone new might be a better option. 2. They refuse to change. Does your partner have a bad habit you wish they'd give up? Do you constantly get into arguments about how they have certain behaviors you just can't condone? Whether it's drinking, smoking, gambling, excessive spending, or substance abuse, you've already made it crystal clear to your partner that you don't approve of the things they're doing, but they still refuse to change. If you don't see them having a genuine desire or effort to quit, then they simply don't respect you or care about you enough to listen. 3. You're holding each other back. Do you have dreams in your life you want to fulfill? Sometimes, pursuing your goals can mean having to let go of certain people in your life. Do you and your partner want different things in life? Are you sacrificing your hopes and aspirations to stay with them? This is a hard pill to swallow. If you can't find any way for the two of you to stay together and go after the things you want, it's not going to work out between the two of you. 4. You're always fighting. While it's normal for couples to argue sometimes, fighting on a regular basis is never a good thing. Do you bicker all the time, even about unimportant things? Do most of your conversations turn into screaming matches? Do you find it hard to work things out calmly between the two of you no matter how hard you try? These situations can take a toll on your mental health, and it's better to let them go. 5. Your needs aren't being met. It's difficult when you and your partner don't speak the same love language. To learn more about love language, you can check out our video, What is Your Love Language? Does your partner call you too needy or clingy when you want more quality time with them? Do they deny you the physical affection you crave? When you communicate to them what you need to feel loved, do they seem unwilling to try harder to fulfill your needs? You're not wrong to have these needs. You're just with the wrong partner. 6. You've drifted apart. You don't ask them about their day, you stop planning dates, and you go for weeks without texting, calling, or talking to them. Did one of you move away, or have both of you been busy with your own lives? No matter the reason, being in a relationship with someone you hardly ever see or talk to is barely a relationship at all. 7. You don't see the point anymore. Most people feel obligated to stay with the wrong person because they don't want to throw away all the time and energy they've invested into their relationship. Are you one of them? Second-guessing your relationship, no longer enjoying spending time with your partner, and having awkward conversations and forced interactions with them are all signs the two of you have grown apart. And 8, they've stopped making an effort. Is your partner losing interest in your relationship? Talk to them about it. It can be a hard thing to come to terms with when we realize that the person we love doesn't love us back as much as we need. But you deserve to be with someone who appreciates you, cares for you, and wants to keep you in their lives. If you're the only one trying to make things work in your relationship, it will only ruin your self-esteem and break your heart in the end. Breakups are painful and scary, but ultimately, they're for the best. They mold us into stronger and wiser people. And even though things between you and your partner may be ending, that doesn't make the time and love you shared together any less special or less meaningful.